What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another video with the Right Way 360. I know you've been looking at this title and been wondering what could have gone wrong on this trip. Well, I'm here to help you figure that out. So stay tuned if you want to know why this trip was so bad.
Hey, where's Rob?
Alright, kids, let's go!
Bigger than money, ain't new to the block. We stacking our chips, we sliding the drop. If we stick to the grind, we ain't never gon' flop. Go down in the history, stay to the top. We getting the guap, and that ain't no mystery. Haters, they hate, they stay in they misery. New big body bands, they came with an ice. TCW gang got more ice than a hockey team. Bigger than money, ain't no one that's nice. Yeah, I can see all money, profit inside. When they come to the guap, you can say I'm a money. We got family doing the things that you want. They ask, how do we do it? Just watching, you'll get a clue. They ask, how do we do it? Just watching, you'll get a clue.
Alright, so we're going to kick things off with the first day. We actually arrived to Nashville the day before because we really didn't want to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to our flight at 7:38. So we decided to check into the Hilton, which was right down the street from the airport. Honestly, we should have known from then that this was going to be a weird trip because the check-in process here was atrocious. However, we were pretty happy because there was a minibar. The next day, we woke up actually at 3 a.m. and we were taking the shuttle to the airport. So this is us leaving. It was so early. Everybody was so tired, but I decided to film. You know, you got to get the content. So we arrived at the airport and my parents had to check in the bag because my dad is not a normal size person. So check-in bags are always a must. So this is us waiting in the line. He finally got to the front. She needed to see all of our passports and they were weighing it. And look at how much care they took with that bag, man. Just threw it with ease. We finally got done with that process. My dad was happy, so we danced our way all the way to the line so that way we can finally get ready to board. There was 5 of us that went on this trip this time, and apparently everyone except for me had TSA pre-check, so I had to wait in line and let dogs sniff my butt before I got to them. After 45 minutes of waiting in line, I finally was out and they were just there, sitting there unscathed while I was sweating. Plus side, we had our own private room. This was the first plane out of 2 planes that we were taking. Our connecting flight from Nashville was to Charlotte. So please enjoy these beautiful views of all of this gorgeous air because this is probably the best part out of the entire trip, honestly. After we got off our second plane, we were finally in Jamaica, and this is when things started to get a little weird. We were already behind schedule. We were supposed to arrive at 1. We ended up getting there at 4. And then, not to mention, our bus was late. We had to wait an extra 2 hours for the bus to get to us, so we sat at the airport in the hot sun for 2 hours. The view to the hotel was absolutely breathtaking, and we were so excited to get here since this is our first time at this resort. We have been to Jamaica several times, but we changed resorts because this one was supposedly the best one on the island. Now, we were extremely hungry, and the check-in process was over an hour, so me and my mom and siblings decided to go find some food. We ended up at this restaurant called Snapper, and we had made it just in time because they were about to close, and they seated us, and we got our food. After a long day, we were finally in our rooms, and I can say these were so beautiful. Everything, every decor part, everything about this room was absolutely breathtaking. I just love all the blue and the browns. It just was so relaxing. We were ready to be asleep, literally. though we were extremely tired, it was the first day, so we were so excited, and me and my siblings decided to get more food because we were honestly so hungry. So we ended up going to this restaurant called Martha's Market. That is the main buffet here on the residence. This night they had rice, oxtail, and every Jamaican cuisine you could possibly think of. However, it wasn't that good. But like I said, we were hungry and we didn't complain. We went to sleep right after and woke up to this beautiful view. So of course your girl had to make sure she got a snap for the gram, okay? That's us getting ready. We were ready to go for the pool because we were going to spend it all day. So come with us now to go get us some drinks, honey. And look at that transition. Bow! Yeah, I mean, come on. One thing I can tell you about this trip is we drank and we drank and we drank and we drank, but we seemed to not get drunk. And then, of course, with all the drinking, you only have one thing you have to do, which is eat and you eat and you eat and you eat and you eat. So we was ordering room service and everything, girl. It was a Taj Mahal. After dinner, it was time to party, so we ended up going off property to Pier 1. This day consisted of 5 people, a bottle of Pepto-Bismol, and the toilet. Unfortunately, the toilet didn't survive and neither did our stomachs. Between all the bad food, the horrible drinks, and just the attitude of the staff, we don't know how in the world we got it, but honey, we did. Our stomachs were backed up like a highway on the 4th of July. It was so bad, my sister didn't even bother to put her pants back on and she slept with her butt tooted in the air. We woke up refreshed and significantly lighter and decided to go and take our first stop at the Coconut Man just to hydrate our bodies back. My dad's taste test, apparently it was good because he wouldn't stop sipping it. We spent most of the day outside, and today they had the foam party, and we just wanted to check out the rest of the stuff. We went and did bowling, and that night later on, we had a meet and greet for our family reunion. So you'll see us going up the stairs to see our family, and every time that we come to Jamaica, we do an effort. So this year we were collecting bags and school supplies for the local schools. My aunt always brings board games and card games, so this was all of us paying. It was so fun. We ended the night with some local entertainment and, of course, clubbing. What is a vacation without some dancing? That night was short-lived when another issue arose. As I was taking a shower, it started to back up and I saw water dripping from the light. Couldn't figure out what it was until it started smelling like poop. It turned out to be sewer water, and because this happened, we couldn't use the shower for 2 days and they had no extra rooms to accommodate us. Because we had somewhere to be the next morning, we just left the issue until we got back. This was us waking up at the crack of dawn. I'm serious. I mean, crust and eye dawn. And we're all getting on the bus to drive for 3 hours to get us to our ancestral home. We had the bounce house for the kids. They had a great time in it. And of course, all the family, seeing everybody was just so great to see. It was extremely hot, but then clouds started coming, so that was awesome. We ended up leaving and everybody was ready to go because we were tired. And of course, what is Jamaica without patty? So we stopped at Juicy Patty and we got so much patty that we just couldn't eat it all. No matter where we go, leave it to my dad and brother to find a cool car. When we got back to the hotel, we finally got a new room. However, it was not cleaned at all. There was plaster all over the floor outside in our balcony because they were doing renovations and the room had not been cleaned as there were several pieces of hair everywhere. The room was really dirty and nasty and it just smelled like mold and mildew, and we complained to management to get it cleaned, and instead of cleaning it, they sent somebody to spray it with Febreze. At this point, we were getting so frustrated, and because it was the end of the night, there was nothing we could do since everyone had went home, so we decided to just party. But then, of course, another issue. We had several issues with the staff being rude and unfriendly, and on the last day was the last straw for us. They had stolen $500 out of our safe, and several other guests had said the same thing, and they went through our bags as if we were the ones to do it. In all honesty, this property was beautiful, but because of the lack of respect that the staff had given us, it was a horrible stay. This trip was honestly the worst trip we have ever taken in our lives. Honestly, the entire time that we were there, it was absolutely dreadful. The staff was horrible, the food was horrible, and those constant issues that we kept having were just not 5-star quality. We were ready to leave, and finally touching down in Miami before going back to Nashville was the highlight of our trip, literally, okay? We waited for a train. We finally got on the train, and on the way, we saw this quote, and I just thought it was great because honestly, all we needed was a little bit of love and TLC after this trip. With much traveling, we finally reached home, and we were so excited that this nightmare was finally over. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you can join the family and watch for our upcoming videos.